The second pointer I would like to inform you of, maybe discuss with you, is the fact that one of the biggest things which God has blessed all of us is this thing that we call conscience. It gives you the sense of right and wrong. And as human beings, before we are Muslims or Christians or Jews, all of us are human beings. I mean, we start off as being human beings. And this conscience is a collective heritage of all mankind. So all of us, whatever our religion is, even if we don't believe in a God, we still have that conscience inside of us, which tells you what right and wrong is. So the second important area in our life is to always be a person who follows the voice of your conscience. The conscience never lies. Yes, it goes to sleep. Yes, at times it is lulled to sleep. But on most occasions, your conscience is vibrant. It is up and running. Whenever you do something wrong, your conscience tells you. You have that red light in your own self. So it's like a barometer. It's like a yardstick in your own self, which tells you what right and wrong are. So a good human being is a person who follows his or her conscience, who, in spite of the fact that he or she might think that my father or my mother or my friend would not think, if I do certain things which I think are according to my conscience, they might not like them. But in spite of that, you follow your conscience. Then this is what you should actually do. You forget about if people, they become angry at you for following your conscience, because you see, conscience is God's representative on earth. It's like God speaking to you. It's like your own self telling you what right and wrong are. And for this, the biggest thing that you should perhaps acknowledge is that speaking the truth is something which should come to us naturally. And I think all of you, mashallah, the way you have been brought up here and the way tradition has set this course for you, generally speaking the truth and siding by the truth and adhering to the truth itself is not that difficult at all. But the standard of speaking the truth, which our religion tells us, for example, what the Quran tells us, that you have to be just and you have to be truthful. The Quran says that you have to be truthful and just even. So the words of the Quran are, وَلَوْ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَوِ الْوَالِدَيْنِ. Even if speaking the truth and adhering to justice is something which annoys your parents, even if it is something which is against the interests of your parents, but even before the parents, the Quran says yourself as well. So if you are saying something which you think is the right thing, and it goes against your own self, your own interest, and against the interest of your parents, and then the Quran says of your relatives also, even then you have to speak the truth, because truth is something which is larger than these relationships. And at another instance, the Quran tells us that you have to be just and truthful to your enemies also, not just your friends, not just your people that you know, but real truth and justice is something which can really be something of an ideal if you are truthful and just to your enemies. People who might hate you, people who might be jealous of you, but once you are in a position to deliver judgment against them, and you still, don't count that animosity between you and that person, and you absolutely state what the truth is, then that is the ideal that we have been given by the Quran, that be just and truthful to your enemies as well.